Hello there. Welcome to From Center Ice. My name is Courtney, and how about those Blackhawks? I don't know about you, but I am beyond happy that the Blackhawks have finally completed their 4-game swing through the state of Florida. They are now able to come home to the United Center where they are set to take on the Florida Panthers. Good grief. So let's start with this. The month of March has been pretty sucky. It's been bad for the Blackhawks. It's been pretty bad for me. Nothing terrible has happened. Some really good things have happened, actually. But here's the kicker. Mental health is a thing. We all have it, just like physical health. And in the month of March, mine has decided to not be very kind. So you couple the lack of creativity and motivation with the fact that the Blackhawks have just not inspired any sort of reason to want to talk about them. And there hasn't been a video for a little while. But I am back and the Blackhawks still suck, so let's go on to my 3 questions for the next game against the Florida Panthers. I am getting very sick of these Florida teams. Okay, not getting, I am very sick of these Florida teams. How do you feel about these Florida teams? They shouldn't even be in our division to begin with. They're on the East Coast. We are in the middle of the country, hence the Central Division. Teams from Florida should not be in the Central Division. I understand the divisions had to be realigned because Canada just has to have their own division because of COVID nonsense, but that does not change the fact that teams on the East Coast, including the Carolina Hurricanes, should not be in the Central Division. But they are wreaking havoc on the Chicago Blackhawks and my sanity, and we just have to try to get through it. It's going great, isn't it? It is very much not going great. Question 1. Can the Blackhawks hold a lead? While the month of March has sucked for the Blackhawks, they have won a total of 2 games out of the 9 that they have played. They have taken a couple of leads over their opponent, but then they very quickly lose them. Most notably, the 6-3 loss against the Tampa Bay Lightning, where the Chicago Blackhawks took a 3-0 lead. That was a fun one. I think that might have actually been the last video that I made was after that game. I think that's accurate. They went into Dallas and split the series there. They went to South Florida and lost 2 straight to the Florida Panthers. Then they went a little further north in the state of Florida and lost 2 straight to the Tampa Bay Lightning. You see why I hate the Florida teams? So now they're coming back home and they're facing the Florida Panthers again for 2 straight games. So can they hold a lead? I guess that would require them getting a lead first. So will they get a lead and then will they subsequently hold the lead and maybe finally win a game over the Panthers? We shall see. Question 2. Can they keep the front of the net clear? This has been a common theme all season. This has been a common theme for years. The Blackhawks do not clear people out of the front of the net so their goaltenders can see shots. But it seems to be even worse against the Panthers. It seems like every time I see the Florida Panthers score a goal on Chicago, they have about 20 guys on the ice parked in front of the goaltender. While that is not possible because teams can only have 5 or 6 skaters on the ice at a time, it is quite noticeable that the goaltenders cannot see anything because the Blackhawks defensemen are just letting guys crowd in front of their goalies, which could lead to a couple of things. 1. A screened shot that just beats the goaltender clean. 2. A redirection. Or 3. The opposing team knocking in the rebound after the goaltender makes the initial save. I'm sure there's a couple of other things that could happen. Those are just the 3 that I thought of off the top of my head. So to limit the chances of any of those 3 things happening, or 3+ things if you think of more things that can happen when there are 100 guys in front of your goaltender, can the defenders just clear them away? Part the sea, if you will. Once again, we shall see. Question 3. Will the penalty kill do its job? Oh, this season has been a tale of 2 special teams for the Chicago Blackhawks. Their power play is currently ranked 3rd in the league. They are converting on their chances at a 28% clip. Their penalty kill, on the other hand, is 28th in the league. And they're only killing 72.5% of the penalties that they take. That is very much not good, especially since we have 3 of the better teams in the league in the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Florida Panthers, and the Carolina Hurricanes, all in our division. We're playing 2 games against the Florida Panthers coming up. Those are their next games. Then they go into Nashville, who has been worse than Chicago, but as of lately, they're starting to turn it on because of course they are. And then they play Carolina. So, can the Blackhawks use this next game against the Florida Panthers to get their penalty kill back on track and maybe just kind of use that going forward for the rest of this month and maybe for the rest of the season? That would be good. Those are my 3 questions for the next game against Florida Panthers. It's kind of hard to think of questions to ask when it comes to this team because they have been playing very poorly lately. Again, they have won 2 games in the month of March and they have played 9. If you're looking for a positive, the Ice Hogs are playing a lot better and they have won more games than the Blackhawks in the month of March. So if you are sick of watching this team, you can watch the AHL affiliates and see how the prospects are doing. They did lose 5-3 to Iowa tonight, but they looked like the better team, and sometimes hockey just hockeys. But yeah, other than that, there's really not a whole lot to say about this team. The goaltending has just been average, and if this team wants to win any games or do anything, the goaltending has to be superhuman like we saw for the better majority of the beginning of the season. The Blackhawks are no longer in a playoff spot. They are now 5th in the division behind the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have overtaken them. So that's fun. They were sitting pretty comfortably there in a playoff spot. There was a lot of distance to make up for the Blue Jackets, and they did it because the Blackhawks have won 2 games out of 9 so far this month. Do you see why I was not inspired to talk about them? Another good thing, you can see that I switched up my jersey. I am wearing a reverse retro jersey for the Blackhawks this year. And of course, it's got Brandon Hagel on it. Since Corey Crawford retired before the start of this year, which we still just don't think or talk about, I think I found my new favorite player. I mean, I was all aboard the hype train at the beginning of the year. I liked him as an Ice Hog last year. I was really hoping for that first goal and then the second goal, and then he got a few more. So I think that the Brandon Hagel fandom lifestyle has just chosen me. Sometimes you don't get to choose these things, they choose you. So here we are. I wore this jersey instead, decided to switch it up, maybe change up the karma for the Blackhawks a little bit. I've been wearing the same one in all of the videos so far this year. It's a Corey Crawford, and I will go back to it because that's just what I do. But maybe just for this game, it will switch up the karma and they will finally beat the Florida Panthers. Do you have any questions about this upcoming game? Do you have any observations of the season as a whole, or how about just the month of March? And while I did mention mental health pretty lightly up at the top of this video, I hope you are all taking care of yourselves. You don't need me to tell you that the last year has been, wild? Sometimes you just need to lay on the couch and watch these games without having to think of something to say about them when they are very bad. But overall, I'm alright. I'm back. I hope you are all okay, but I'll list some resources in the description of this video if you're struggling a bit as well. If you want to hear more from me or from Center Ice, you can go over to FromCenterIce.com, catch up with the latest podcast episodes, game recaps for the Ice Hogs, previews for the Blackhawks, and some other fun stuff. You can also follow us on social media. All of those links are in the description down below. I have been over there this whole time while I haven't been making videos, so you can still see my hot takes during the games if you want to see the live tweeting. All of that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Let's hope that the Blackhawks can finally beat the Panthers, and I will catch you after that game. Bye, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please hit that subscribe button to catch more From Center Ice content. If you could, hit the like button on this video, maybe share it with a friend or two. And while you're here, check out the podcast playlist and catch up on some old episodes. We will catch y'all next time. Bye!